Shaping up good on 589 through Ocean Pines. Northbound Coastal Highway near the Convention Center. They're going to be back out with the construction again. Looks good otherwise in Sussex County. Major routes north and southbound 113 and Route 1. Moving along 404 from Bridgeville to Georgetown. Over to Harbison, over to Lewis. Not too bad for that trip. In Wycomico County, easy shot on 50 from Willards to Pittsville. Over to Walston Switch Road and Hobbs Road. Business 50 and Business 13 in town. Looking good. And bypass around town moving along. And 50, big picture, looking good as we head on out to the Bay Bridge. That's your traffic for the Voice Radio Network.
Sonny Anderson.
Hey, hey.
Hey,
Hi,
good
good
morning.
morning.
It's Bill and Jessica. How are you?
I'm good.
I got to admit, like I was looking when I got your resume and all this, I'm like, wait a minute, I remember her from Hot 97.
Hot 97.
You know, I'm a radio geek, and I followed, all the radio stuff for years. You were on during the Star and Buck Wild era, right? You did middays, right?
Oh, man. Yeah, I got there during the Star and Buck era. Then they left. And then it was the Sway era. Then it was the Miss Jones era. But, yeah, I was there during Star and Buck. It was something else, 2001 to 2005.
Wow.
Awesome.
Now, I know, you're doing TV, and we'll get into that coming up in a sec, but do you miss radio? I mean, do you ever, sometimes you get into radio and it's like in your blood? Are you like, man, I want to get back into it? You do a podcast, something.
Well, I think, you guys can probably agree with me. Podcasts are it's just the market is flooded with a lot of people that don't understand and don't have radio or interview skills, right?
Right.
But I do miss radio in that I miss the connectivity. But what I will say is, because I had the radio shift where I picked up the phone. And you guys know what that means. There's some shifts where they don't pick up the phone. I picked up the phone. It was a constant picking up of the phone. I just wanted to know what you wanted to hear, what you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that's a radio that we love. That's a radio that we like.
It's the best part of radio. It's I'm going to play the same 30 songs every day. The difference is you, the listener, right? So I enjoy the listener. And so I think in social media now, we've got that where, people can comment or DM. And I find myself, I think because I was on radio for so long and we could pick up the phone and someone could say, you suck, trolls don't bother me, I think I had a little bit of a proving ground in radio to where now I'm on TV and if people tell me they don't like me, I'm like, okay, well, thanks for watching,
Right.
Caller, a.k.a. DM or commenter. But, yeah, that's the only thing I miss. I don't miss the I feel like it took up a lot of my brain space and time.
Yeah.
Because you're always thinking about fodder for air. What would you say after you experience something in your real life, or how would you bring this to your show? And I felt like it took up my 24/7, 365, and then didn't give me time off when I wanted, because you can't go on vacation during the books that you really want to go on vacation. So I don't miss those kind of mechanical parts of it.
Right.
But the vibe, yeah, man. I do miss the vibe of it all.
Hey,
but,
I'm telling you, once you're in.
Where I'm at now, and I feel like the coolest thing about life is conquering and then moving on. And so I had fun. Like you guys said, I got to a good market. And so now I'm enjoying Food Network. And quite honestly, I'm having fun here. And I'm wondering, is there a third act or fourth act or I don't know how you break your life up, but is there more for me? I have no idea, but I'm really enjoying it, especially when I get to do a show like The Takedown. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. There's more for you, and it will involve some kind of radio because it always comes back to you. I'm just saying. Just mark my words.
Does, right?
Hey, that radio guy.
It's one of those things where if you enjoy it and you get an opportunity to do something else, sure, you can go and do it. But you can always go back to radio if you enjoyed it and were doing well. And so I always leave it open, I'll never turn down a great offer, but it's got to be a great offer.
That radio guy in Ocean City that I did an interview with about my new show said that eventually I would be back on the radio or doing a podcast. And guess what? In 5 years, you'll be thinking, man, he was right. Man. Hey, you know what? The new show looks awesome. We can't wait. New series, NFL Tailgate Takedown.
It's
premiering
so neat.
Tonight, Food Network and Discovery Plus. Give us a rundown. Tell us all about it.
Well, it's a fun show, right? So I love food and eating. I love football. This is the first time the NFL has linked up with Food Network for a show. So the first thing I wanted to know was, do I get to wear my jerseys?
Yeah, right.
So we go to 6 different cities, and when we arrive with tailgaters from the opposing team. so, in New York, we've got the Cowboys that we flew in. They're tailgaters. There's some other areas that we go to, like Denver and Kansas City. We went to a Patriots game. My co-host is a former Patriots player, Vince Wilfork. He's
Nice.
a Patriots Hall of Famer and a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
Yes.
When he comes up on the ballot. But it's really just a tailgating bacchanalia. We've got the two teams, the home and the away team, competing against each other in the parking lot in 3 rounds of cooking. And at the very end, not only do they get their bragging rights, they get tickets to the actual game that night, 50-yard line, best seats in the house.
Right.
And they also get presented by an NFL VIP, what we call the Yum Barty Trophy. So
Nice. Nice.
it's a good time.
Very good. Now I'm seeing here some things that stick out to me because I love food. I love to eat. The New England lobster rolls. That definitely sounds good to me. The Philadelphia cheesesteaks. That stuff stands out. So what are we doing for the first show? Any hints?
So the first show, So the first show is the Giants. And we've got the Cowboys that flew in to MetLife Stadium. So obviously we're going to get some Tex-Mex vibe from the Cowboy fans, and then the Giants try to bring their, New York flavor. What I can say is the interesting thing is that, you mentioned cheesesteak and lobster roll. There's some things that we were expecting from certain tailgating teams based on where they're from, right? We go to Kansas City, we want some barbecue.
Barbecue,
we
right.
found ourselves begging for some New York style something from the New York Giants team. And then even with the Cowboys, we were surprised at how light they started. We were looking for, the meat, the brisket, the barbecue as well. So, the tailgate takedown is funny because I think that a lot of times the tailgaters wanted to bring what you expect, but then also blow your mind with something new. And that's what I love about a tailgate. People are getting really crafty out there.
Nice. What was your fave? Have you guys filmed the whole season, or maybe part of it? What was your favorite of all, or can you not say? We got to wait and watch.
Wow, you know what? I'm so tacky. I love all food, so it's really hard to pick
Me
favorites,
too.
But I will say,
Hey, yeah, you ain't alone.
I enjoyed New York and the Texans. So we went down to Texas and we had the Eagles there against the Texans. That was some crazy good food. And maybe I'm a little bit biased because I went to high school in Texas. But listen, and then there's some creative uses of ingredients. I had a corn dog like I've never had before in my life. If that sounds right. That was wow, okay, that was good. And then there's some waffles. One team makes a waffle, and they use the waffle for buns. That was just what? What is going on?
I know.
And then bagels show up in a dessert. Bagels in a dessert. It was just there's a lot going on in NFL tailgate takedown.
That waffle, the bun or whatever, that's down south. That's definitely down south cooking for you. Well, look, Sonny
we were truly surprised. I've seen some, posts on social media when people tailgate, stuff like that. I go to the game. I'm all for the craziness, but I also just like, a hot dog and a hamburger and a beer. So we were really surprised when we challenged these tailgaters to, take it to the next level. And what they did with that, we provide them with everything they want, the fryer, the pizza oven, the flat top, the griddle, and, just let them go wild. And they went wild.
Celebrity chef Sonny Anderson, Food Network personality, NFL Tailgate Takedown premiering tonight on the Food Network and Discovery Plus. Man, good luck with the show. Good luck with the future. And we appreciate you checking in today. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Hey, thank you guys so much. I'm just a girl happy to do the work, you know what I'm saying, and dream while I'm doing it. So I really appreciate you guys' support.
You're just the girl who used to be on Hot 97 back in the day, who we remember.
I see all this cool stuff that you have on Party City, too. So I'm already ordering it for my football party.
Woo woo, the Infladium, baby.
Yeah, that's neat.
It's like a product that I'm just endorsing. No, I really sketched that thing out and pitched it like Shark Tank to companies until I found one to produce it. So it is my little baby. It's the American dream where you have an idea or a concept and you can bring it to people. I know I'm not, it's not a rocket scientist vibe, but I'm still solving some problems and they're food problems, so I'll take it.
Hey, thanks, Sonny. You have a great day.
Thank you.
You guys too. Take care.
Wake up every Thursday morning starting at 6 with Bill and Jessica